after 3 years, we finally have a brand new live-action Predator movie. Now, we got the animated anthology movie earlier this year. Now we got the live-action one directed by Dan Trachtenberg called Predator Badlands. Before I tell you what I thought about the movie, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what are your opinions on Predator Badlands if you have seen it. And if you have not seen it, are you excited to check it out? I would love to know all that and more. With that said, Predator Badlands was a movie I was really looking forward to. Even though I'm not the biggest original Predator fan or Prey fan, I really did love Predator Killer of Killers, and I loved the trailer for this, and was really hoping that this would be the movie to officially win me over. And with that said, it was the movie in the Predator franchise to officially win me over. Predator Badlands is badass. This movie is so cool, man. I saw it in IMAX, best decision I could have done, and it was in 3D. I didn't want to see it in 3D. I'm not gonna lie, 3D for this movie in IMAX was pretty dang cool. So this is the movie that has won me into the Predator franchise completely, officially, with Killer of Killers being that good and this movie being that good. The thing I loved about this movie so much is it pretty much is a non-stop action movie. It's basically, you get to the specific area, and it's one thing after another, and it's action. And it's not just like action where you can't see anything. It is very well choreographed action. The hand-to-hand fight scenes in the movie are awesome. When he's fighting creatures, it's pretty awesome. I love the action. And not much I can say about the action, just that every single sequence is just awesome, exhilarating, edge-of-your-seat action. And I loved it. The very first scene of the movie is an action sequence. You can ask my brother. I leaned over to him and I said, this movie's gonna be awesome. And it was awesome. And the big part of that is because of the action. And it was pretty much non-stop. There is action scene after action scene after action scene. And a lot of times you might feel exhausted by the time you get to the end of the movie. This movie, the action just made it more entertaining. And honestly, I wish we had more action, even though we had a lot of action already in the movie. And when it's not focused on the action, we're following a predator and a human synthezoid from Weyland-Yutani. Yes, that's right. The Alien universe is coming into the Predator universe. Probably going to get another Alien vs. Predator movie. And I would love it if Dan Trachtenberg directed that movie. But we have this relationship between Dex and Thea. Thea played by Ellie Fanning. And this relationship was awesome. It's hard to think because this is a Predator movie. The Predator franchise is about humans fighting predators and getting away from the most dangerous creatures of all time, of any planet. And this movie, we're following one of those creatures as he goes to a planet where he's not the strongest creature. He's not the deadly predator. He is the prey in this movie. And him, in this movie, I really liked his character. And throughout the entire movie, we had his relationship with Ellie Fanning, and Ellie Fanning is just a delight in this movie, man. She is really good. She has several funny moments. Her chemistry with Dex shouldn't work, but it does. A synthezoid and a predator that cannot speak English should not have this good chemistry, and they do. And as soon as she comes on screen, this movie goes from like an 8 to a 10. It's really fun with their dynamic on screen together. I'm not so much of a fan of second Ellie Fanning. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But when we have the action sequences, it's great. When we're with these two characters, it is really fun. A lot of people are going to look at this movie and say, well, it doesn't feel like a Predator movie. It's like, something I've seen on Twitter someone say was that is the MCU version of Predator. Which is kind of true. We got plenty of funny lines of dialogue that always get chuckles out of me. We got nonstop action. We're rooting for the Predator. It feels like a movie set in the MCU or set in something like that, where it is more of a typical blockbuster instead of a thriller horror movie. And honestly, I didn't know if it would work. I didn't know if I would leave the theater thinking it worked. And I think it would 100% did. The buddy cop action comedy aspect of this movie was pretty great. We even have a little cute creature that's going to be used to sell toys. And it didn't really affect me that much because, yes, it does have the stereotypical action blockbuster things. And yes, like really diehard fans of the franchise, I'm not so sure how they'll respond to this movie. But for me, this movie was really good and all that really worked. I think a big part of that is the movie is entertaining. All the things I've said already in this review, the action, Ellie Fanning, the relationship between the Predator and Ellie Fanning, all of that makes for a really entertaining movie that just flows really well, is really exciting, has edge of your seat stuff. There really never was a dull moment in the movie, and all that really works as this is just a blockbuster. And it's a really fun blockbuster. And it's one that I ended up having a fantastic time with, even though I wasn't quite sure how I would think about the movie at the end of it, because I didn't know if all these things would work. They work. And Dan Trachtenberg is making a really good Predator franchise. Like, he's really doing a good job. Whether you get him in Killer of Killers, where what he does in the final act of that movie, or you get this movie where we're just kind of expanding on the lore, expanding things. Weyland-Yutani's in here, the final scene, because after we get the title card, to where you think, oh, the movie's over, there is one more scene, so stay in the theater, and the direction that goes sets up the future of this franchise, and just all of these things, I can't wait to see where he's going in this franchise, because I like Prey, I love Killer of Killers, and I love this movie, and I'm all aboard the Dan Trachtenberg train. 10 Cloverfield Lane, his first movie, is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite thrillers of all time. So, Dan Trachtenberg, you can do whatever you want with this franchise, and I will be okay with it. There are a couple things that kind of held back my absolute love of the movie, and they're more towards the third act. There is a second Ellie Fanning character, and this is not a spoiler because we see it in the trailers, but there's Synthezoid, there's two people played by Ellie Fanning. The second one, what she does in the third act, and kind of the plotline we go down there, isn't the most compelling thing. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying the movie where it's about the Predator tracking down this thing was so much more entertaining than focusing on the Weyland-Yutani stuff, which is weird to say, because I love that Weyland-Yutani was in this movie. But when we get to the third act, it kind of goes a direction that, for a brief minute, I was thinking, I don't know if I really like this. By the time we got to the end, the third act does some really cool things. I'm not going to spoil it, but like the third act does have a lot of really cool moments, so it didn't really affect me that much, but I wasn't fully all in on the second Ellie Fanning. Now, Ellie Fanning as Thea and her relationship with Dex was incredible. Don't get me wrong on that. And again, like I said, if you're a diehard fan of this franchise, I'm not so sure this will be for you. This is strictly a movie where it feels like just a blockbuster. A very accessible movie. It's PG-13. And I know if you like watching the movies where the Predator hunts the humans, which I enjoy those, but I would never loved them. I'm not sure if it's going to be for you, because this does feel like a very typical blockbuster. It doesn't really shy away from anything that a normal blockbuster does, or like re-expand the genre in any way, shape, or form. But god dang, was it super entertaining. So I really loved Predator Badlands. A couple more things. It's PG-13. Everybody thinks they need to complain about that. There's no humans in the movie. Just because it's PG-13 doesn't mean we don't see any blood or anything, because we see plenty of blood. We see animal blood, other blood, predator blood. We see all that. It's just not red. So it's still equally as violent. The violence is not toned down. And so, as someone who loves movies like that, violence in movies, it didn't affect me, and it's definitely not going to affect you, because there's just no humans in the movie to see the blood. So quit complaining. And one more thing I am going to talk about is, I know that there's people on Twitter, and like my brother said to me, why is everybody complaining about this movie? He saw the movie. He loved the movie, just like me. I also saw it with my cousin, and he fell asleep in the very beginning of the movie, so me and him are going to go watch it again soon, because I love the movie. But my brother's like, why is everybody hating on this movie? And it's the majority of people I'm seeing hate on the movie haven't even seen the damn movie. It's because it's Disney. It's because Disney has made Predator. That's why, guys. It's because they think, oh, it's Disney, so it's gonna be this, and I don't want to watch that, without even watching the movie. And then they go off and say to all their friends, oh, Disney made the Predator, and I heard there was this in it. So it starts off pretty much like, I saw a post saying that Ellie Fanning character was gay. She wasn't gay. She was not gay. At the very beginning, it felt like there might have been a little tension between her and other Ellie Fanning. It's made very clear in the movie that they're sisters. Like, said 100 times that they are sisters in the movie. And some person went on Twitter, said, hey, I don't like this movie because Ellie Fanning's character is gay. False statement. Well, people see that post, haven't even watched the movie, and think, oh, Disney made the movie, so there's gay in the movie, so I'm going to tell all my friends that this is a queer movie, and people that don't like that, or think that the movie's woke, aren't going to go see the movie because I believed what some jackass said on Twitter that wasn't even true. So, I'm just getting this out of the way. The movie's not woke. There is no gay in the movie, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing if there's gay in the movie. There is an audience that won't watch movies if there's gay in the movie. I'm not that audience. I don't care. I don't care. But there is going to be a group that's going to hear that and think, oh, I don't want to watch the movie. There's none of that in the movie. There's no romance. There's no nothing in the movie. It's a Predator movie. And don't believe what someone says the movie's woke, because chances are the person who started these rumors haven't even seen the movie either. It's stupid. It is incredibly stupid, and the controversy in this movie is just ridiculous. People saying, the design of the Predator makes him look weak. Disney's weakening all of our favorite characters. Well, watch the movie, and in the very beginning of the movie, you're going to find out why. So watch the damn movie, and don't listen to what everyone says on Twitter, because it's Disney. They gotta be woke. Sorry for my rant. Predator Badlands is awesome. Before I give you my final score, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you never miss another movie review. If you've seen Predator Badlands, what are your opinions on it? And if you haven't seen it, are you excited to watch it? I really hope that rant at the end of this video has really cleared things up. If you told yourself you weren't going to watch it, you need to watch Predator Badlands. It is not woke, it's straight awesomeness. I loved Predator Badlands. That's why I am going to give Predator Badlands an A, and it is a movie that I think is worth buying on 4K. Might even go to an A+ when I rewatch it. I really hope it does. Alright, thank you guys for clicking on this review, and with that said, subscribe.